Hello? Hello, hello? Cool. It's there, it's there. It's working. Check it out. Hey guys, welcome to my living room yoga studio. I forgot to close that door again. Well, welcome. I'm sure you will hear music just doing behind. Well, hello. Cool. There we go. Something like that. This is Callie. There's a cat outside our window, which she is checking in on avidly, making sure it's not using our garden as a toilet. Yeah, you're such a good dog. Look at you. Well, hello. How's it going? What's shaking? Happy Saturday. Hope you had a nice little sleep in, a nice start to your morning, whatever you're up to. Had a delicious coffee this morning. One, it just like hits all the right tastes and is good like that. It's nice and satisfying. All right, well, today is yoga flow day, where we move a little more, get a little more active, maybe work up to a bit of a sweat, maybe have a huge sweat, maybe have a little sweat, I don't know, wherever you're at in between there. So I'm gonna sit on down here, journey on down to the floor, onto the mat. I've got a little frog in my throat this morning. Excellent. There we go. Making sure you all can hear me as I only have to project my voice once a day in the morning, first thing. And so just kind of doing the thing where we wake up. Okay, let's get going. Let me just turn my clock on here. And boop. Otherwise, I think I would do yoga all day. Maybe not. I'd get kind of tired at some point, but it helps me add some timing and some pace to my classes. So let's get started. You're welcome to start seated or laying down, whatever you would prefer. We'll probably make our way onto our backs to start with. And so however you want to be, find a position that works for you where you can start to center in. You can start to bring your focus onto your mat, bringing your awareness to your body, to how you're feeling, maybe how you're feeling physically, finding all those tight spots, those aches and those pains, maybe how you're feeling emotionally or mentally, whatever it is, starting to get a little deeper into the sensing of how you're really doing. How was your Saturday? Did you know it's Saturday? Or maybe you're watching this as a different day, who knows what it is, but just starting to really be. Can you roll those shoulders back and down? So wherever you find yourself this morning, that knee is just so sore today. We'll go this way. That's better. Yeah, wherever you find yourself today, how are you doing? How are you doing, puppy dog? Thanks for joining in this morning. Sitting nice and tall or laying down, just finding that length through the spine, little tuck of the chin. Imagine there's a little string coming from the top of the head, that little flat part, and it just kind of gently being pulled up. You're getting nice and tall, nice and relaxed. Let's take a big breath in, giant inhale. Don't just fill the top part of the lungs. See if you can breathe into the entirety of the lungs and start to really use that diaphragm and get into more of a belly breath. Take a nice big inhale. And let it go nice and slow. And starting to just simply be in control of your breath is something that you don't always have to react to. You can take a little moment to be like, nope, I choose to breathe this way. I choose to breathe a little deeper. And I choose to breathe a little slower, trying to find that depth and noticing the impact that has on your body. And it's really neat. One neat thing about yoga is it stimulates that parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest system. So that is not your fight or flight or freeze system. That is your, hey, we're safe, everything is good. And when we're in there, the body can start to heal. The body can start to take care of the stuff inside. And we can really start to see some progress. And then as we incorporate some movement into that, it just becomes such a powerful tool for your overall health. I think that's why I really like yoga. Don't get me wrong, I love doing like more of those high impact ones as well. But yoga really kind of completes that little fitness circle for getting that stretch, that movement, maybe building some strength, and as well as getting a little deeper into that. You don't have to. You can do yoga just for the fitness of the yoga, or maybe even over time as you delve in deeper, that's when you can kind of let the magic happen. So just leave it there wherever you're at in your journey. Don't be ashamed of it. It's great. If you're just here for a workout, then perfect. I'll try to give you one this morning. If you're here for anything more than that, we will create space for you to work through that. So let's get started. We've scanned through the body a little bit. If you'd like to set an intention for our time together this morning, go ahead and do that. And your intention can be just a word, a little phrase, maybe a dedication, maybe something to keep you going as you start to feel fatigued or tired, or what brings you to your mat today. What is your purpose of the yoga this morning? Delving into all of that. Mine for the last little bit has been joy. I like to have a joyful practice where I have fun while I'm doing it, and I kind of don't let my ego get in my way, so I don't have to look a certain way in each shape. I can just have some fun, let go, and let my body move. But that's mine. You're welcome. I'll share it with you if you want it. If not, feel free to use whatever makes your heart happy today. So start to wake up the body. If you're laying down, wiggle into fingers and toes. Even if you're seated, maybe you roll wrists and ankles. Bring your awareness back into the physical. Good morning, Donna. Great to have you with me this morning. You're such a gem. Cool. Yeah, so waking up the body. Maybe give your arms a little rub. Maybe give your legs a little pat. Bring the blood flow in wherever you're at. Excellent. Well, I'm seated, so I'm going to roll back down onto my mat. If you are seated or sitting on a couch or something, feel free to join me. If you're laying down, you just wait a moment as we all catch up to you. Oh, I love this. Feeling that spine connecting in with the floor. Feeling that hard resistance. I get always a couple of nice cracks and pops and feels just a little bit of bliss as my spine kind of readjusts itself. So roll those shoulders back and down. If you're laying down, have that nice little tuck of the chin, all of that length through the spine. I like to start off with my knees bent and my feet planted. That helps me connect in with my lower back, pressing it more in towards the mat. Let's take a nice good morning stretch. Reaching those arms up overhead. Maybe you're reaching nice and tall. Feel all that space and length. Take a nice big inhale, really reach, so nice and tall. Exhale, just let the arms drop down. Beautiful. Let's do one more of those. That was so good. Reach it up nice and tall. If you want more, you can extend the legs long. Maybe even pointing through the toes, getting as tall as absolutely possible. Feeling that front body start to be active. Maybe really feel into that arch of the spine. Feels so good. And exhale, let's release and hug those knees in towards the chest. Take a gentle little rock from side to side. Nice little massage on the back. Good morning, spine. Good morning, low back. Let it feel good. Beautiful. So nice, so good. Excellent. I'm going to find my stillness. I'm going to bring my hands to the back of my knees and send my feet up towards the ceiling. So if you've got a really tight low back or really tight hamstrings, your knees can be bent. You can look in this little thunderbolt shape if you'd like. And then as you start to settle in and lengthen, trying to get those feet up a little more. Just don't hurt yourself. Just listen to your body. Where are you at? This is my first little hamstring stretch of the morning. My knees are going to hang out bent. Using the arms to support. Let's point and flex the feet. Just waking up the legs. Maybe as you point, you feel the front line, the shins. Starting to get some length as you flex. Maybe feel into the Achilles or the calf. Excellent. I discovered I've got a really tight right Achilles. So much so that it pulls my foot in a weird direction. Really noticeable if I'm sitting on my feet. And actually in a lot of my poses. But it's fun learning about the body. So let's do a little couple circles with the ankles, just waking them up. Lots of our fascia, our connective tissue, creates little lines all throughout our muscles, connecting our whole body together. Lots of it starts in the feet. So as we take some time to sense into those, go the other way if you haven't already. Oh yeah. Waking up the ankles, maybe squeeze the toes together real tight. Send them nice and long. Keep pushing into those heels. Send those legs nice and strong. Beautiful. Let's find our stillness. Release the legs. Hands can press in alongside the body. If you press into the ground, that helps stabilize you. Or even if you tuck the hands under the sits bones, that forces that low back in. This is a great starting point for these next series of movements. Keep those shoulders rolled back. Keep that chin nice and tucked. And let's just kind of tick-tock from left to right. So going across. I like this one with my hands a little bit more off to the side because then I can feel into those obliques a little bit. Kind of finding that tipping point where that core starts to engage. And you've got to use those core muscles to pull the legs back up. So you can do this with knees bent if you would prefer, if you want a little more gentle variation. If you want more of a challenge, try not to use your hands at all. Maybe you just float and hover your hands up off the ground. Maybe the hands tucked behind the head. Wherever it is, you can start to just feel into that core, into that side body, maybe even into those hip flexors. Excellent. All right. So one more each side. And to the left. And come on back towards neutral. Excellent. High doggy. Beautiful. Send those heels up nice and long. So good. Let's keep working with the core. Come on, you've got to move. Go. I love you, but go. Good girl. Setting those heels up. Now I'm just holding on to my mat. Sometimes I like to use that to help stabilize. And send those feet up. Let's drop one down and bring the opposite foot back up. So just moving through. You can do this with knees bent. If you want to keep this a little more gentle, touching the feet in nice and close to the body, or going nice and long, creating that nice big motion, feeling that lower core start to engage as you lift and lower the legs. If you want a little more, you can bring your hands up as well and either do opposite hand or same hand. It really doesn't matter. Moving through, finding that control. If you want more of a cardio style, you can really move a little bit faster, or you can slow things down and connect that with the breath. Inhales to lower down, exhales to come back up. Excellent. Feeling that on your hip flexors as they are getting nice and warm here. Maybe you're feeling that on that core. If you're really noticing that arch through the back, and take a little moment, take a big inhale, pull the belly button in towards the spine. Press that low back in towards the floor. And then keep that as we come into our movements here. Excellent. Let's take a couple more on either side here. I don't know. I didn't count it all at any point. I just chat and do it. And when I start to feel it, I throw in a couple more and then go from there. Excellent. Let's do one more on this side. One more on the other side. Drop the hands, bend the knees, plant the feet, and take a nice little windshield wiper from side to side. Nice and slow, just dropping the knees down. The knees can stick out together. Or if you bring your feet a little wider, feels good. Two different ways to windshield wiper. Neither is wrong, neither is right. All depends on what you want to feel. Beautiful. So good. Excellent. Find our stillness. Plant the feet nice and close to those sits bones. Make sure the knees are in line with the feet, in line with the hips. Excellent. Roll the shoulders back down. Really feel all of that space on the shoulder blades. Become aware of it. Maybe give them a little shake. Take a nice big inhale and lengthen. Exhale. Pull the core in. One more nice big inhale. Feeling nice and strong here. And use that exhale.
Pushing into the feet to lift the glutes. Feeling that start to warm up the legs a little bit, using those muscles. You can give those glutes a little bit of a squeeze, send those hips up a little bit higher. You can reach the hands down towards the heels. Maybe a finger grazes the foot or the ankle. Maybe you can grab on. Doesn't matter. Just reaching those hands down lifts the heart. So it's a kind of nice little different motion that happens there. And keep holding nice and strong here. At any point, if you need to lower down, go ahead and do so, but do so nice and slow. I want to play around with the feet here. So lots of times I rock into heels and toes, which feels really good. Bring some awareness to things like quads as you roll into the toes, and heels into the glutes, into the hamstrings. But I want to kick it up a notch a little bit here. So in this bridge pose, nice and strong through that core if you've lost it. And I want to play around with pressing into, let's start with pressing your weight into your right foot and bringing the left foot up. So maybe it just comes to a little bit of a hover. Maybe you send it long. Maybe it comes up towards the ceiling. See if you can lift those hips a little higher. Beautiful. Bring a bend. Plant that left foot back down. Take a moment, stabilize into both feet. And then let's switch weight into that left foot. And get ready, kick that right foot up. So maybe it comes out, maybe it goes up. Let's push into that left foot, send that hip a little higher. Beautiful. Bring a bend back down. So we'll take 5 on either side of these. These are the motions we're going for, taking time to stabilize in between. So we're keeping everything nice and aligned, working with our posture here. And weight into the right foot, left foot comes up. Here's one on this side. Excellent. Take a moment, switch. Right foot goes up. Keep pushing those hips up. Find that strength. Take a moment, let's switch. Left foot goes up. Hold for a little second here. Drop it back down. Right foot goes up. Excellent. So feeling where the feet connect to find your strength. Are you pushing more into the heels? More into the toes? Can you balance that out a little bit? Beautiful. Really send those hips up nice and high. Let's activate here. Using those shoulders. Maybe even using those arms. All right, last one on either side. Foot goes up. Hips go up. Nice and strong. Lower left foot back down. Right foot lifts. Hips lift. So strong. Foot goes down. Take a moment, balance out the feet, and roll the spine down one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Feeling good. Oh, that was great. Loving that. Let's hug the knees in towards the chest. Take a little rock from side to side. Beautiful. Let's go into a little twist here. So find your stillness if you're rocking. Arms can reach out long like a T, and just drop your legs down towards the left. Try to keep those shoulder blades glued in towards the mat. Gaze can go to the right. Hand can come up top. Use that exhale breath to soften. Excellent. So good. Beautiful. Let's release. Head comes back up towards neutral. Legs swing up and all the way over towards the opposite side, dropping down towards the right. Feeling that rotation through the spine, going the other way. Gaze can go to the left, hand can come on top of the legs. Let it feel good. Let it feel great. Beautiful. One more nice big breath. See if you can use that exhale to really soften. And let's start to release. Head hangs out in neutral. Knees swing up. And keep the knees over the hips. So I feel the need to do just a touch of our core. I ate a lot of junk food yesterday, so join me in this. I'm interlacing my hands underneath the head. If you want more, hold the head up and the tops of the shoulders up. Knees are hanging out over the hips. Let's open up the elbows nice and wide to feel that nice stretch. So I'm not actively pushing my head up. My head is actually just resting in my hands. That's my nice little pillow. Beautiful. Shoulders are hanging out up. And from here, you can just start to bring the knees in and out just a little bit. That'll work more into the hip flexors. Starting to bring some awareness into the core. You can start to send the legs a little longer. If you want more core, draw your knees farther away from the body and calling that your middle point. We'll work the core a little bit more. Sending the legs even longer, but still keeping that distant center line. Just start to warm it up. Beautiful. Keep those elbows nice and open. Using that upper core to hold the head and the shoulders up. Lower core, middle core. And move the legs. So you're going to hang out nice and slow. I'm going to kick it up a notch here. I'm going to start feeling my heart pumping. Feel that heartbeat. Keep pressing that low back in towards the ground. Find that spot where you can stabilize. Beautiful. Moving through. We'll do 10 more seconds worth or 10 more breaths. So nice big inhale, remembering to breathe. Let it out. Inhaling. Here's a couple more. Here's 3. And 4. Halfway down for 5. Breathing in for 4. Here goes 3. 2. And last one. Excellent. Drop the knees, lower the head. I like the windshield wiper. It's my favorite way to release any tension built up in the hips. Beautiful. All right, find your stillness and let's make our way up to seated position. So whether you want to rock and roll up or roll over onto your side to come up, let it feel good. Oh, Elaine. Hey, Elaine. Thanks for making it today. All right, seated cross-legged. Hi. Do you need to say hi again? You ignore the camera. Come here. All week, and now you need your time in the limelight. Can you lay down at least? Beautiful. Roll those shoulders back and down. Feel into the sits bones. Thanks, little puppy. You're so encouraging. Let's warm up through the arms. So inhales to reach up. Exhales, hands pull down, heart center. So moving through, reaching up. Pulling it down. Beautiful. So good. If you want, you can take the back bend at any point. Feeling the breath move throughout the body. That was a good warm-up this morning. I enjoyed that. Gotta work hard every once in a while, hey? Beautiful. Let's take one more. Reaching up nice and strong. Exhale. Pull the hands down to heart. Let's take a nice little fold or a little bow. And wherever you want to hang out. Maybe you feel that release through the low back or more into the hip. I'm going to add a little sway to mine. Oh, there we go. Feel that release. And you can drop the head down as low as it would like to go. So maybe you can stack fists, drop the head down on that. Maybe you've got a block, maybe rest your elbows on your knees, rest your head on your hands. Take a nice big inhale, fill the lungs, and exhale nice and slow. Beautiful. Great opportunity, pet the dog. Excellent, start to come on back up. Sitting nice and tall. Let's sweep those arms up, reach, oh so strong. I'm gonna come to steeple, fingers pointing upwards, or middle, no, pointer finger pointing upwards, that's what I'm going for. Let's tip over towards the left, reach those hands nice and long, press into the legs, into that right hip. Excellent, let's come all the way up, lengthen here. Then over towards the other side. Excellent. Pressing into that. Feel that nice stretch. And let's come all the way up. Hands to heart. Let's switch the feet. Opposite foot. On top or in front, working with that non-dominant side.
changing things up, still sitting nice and tall. Let's inhale, reach it up, nice and strong, and over towards the left. Reach, reach, reach. Beautiful. Keep holding here. Let's hold for a nice big inhale. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, see if you can deepen just a touch. Beautiful. Let's drop that lower arm down. You can settle into it. You can add a little pulse if you'd like. Or you can just hang it on forearms if you can get down. If that hip is popping up, push it back in. Feel that lengthening. And if the shoulders are crunching up by the ears, roll them down. Feel that nice giant stretch. Beautiful. Let's press into that bottom hand. Come all the way up. Nice and strong. Bring the hands to touch. So strong. Let's tip over towards the right. Reach those arms. Feel the hips and the legs be nice and engaged. Let's inhale and lengthen. Exhale. Find that edge. Feel good. Let's hold here for one more breath. Beautiful breath in. Exhale, you let it out. And then we can drop that lower arm down. Feel that nice stretch. When you drop that arm down, those side muscles can relax a little more. You can pulse it out a bit or enjoy the stillness. This is my tight side of the body, so nowhere close to forearm. That's okay. Still feels really good to stretch. Beautiful. Let's press in. Come all the way up. Reach nice and strong. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's take our little bow. Taking our fold on this opposite side. Dropping the head down. Maybe a little sway. Let it feel good on the hips, the low back. And just enjoy the stillness. So good. Look at these cute little puppy paws. You're so distracting with your cuteness, Callie. Beautiful. One more nice big breath here. What am I going to do when the studio reopens and I can't bring my dog to yoga class? I'm going to miss you. All right, let's come on back up. I think I'm alone in that sentiment, though. All right, roll the shoulders back and down. So good. Let's make our way into our all fours position. So uncrossing the legs, rolling over however you want to get there. And patting the knees. You need to fold your mat over to do so. Great option. Maybe you need a little padding on the wrist. Make those fingers nice and wide. Beautiful. Feel all of that stability. And notice as you're hanging out here, where is the weight in your hands? I'm actually getting little calluses on the edges of the heels of my hands. I'm pushing into my mat and like downward dog and stuff like that because I'm not using my fingers at all. I'm just using this little edge of my hands to stabilize. So as I'm learning that awareness, I'll share that with you. Do the pointer finger and the L, or in the thumb to make little L's, and really press in there to stabilize and press into the tips of the fingers. Feel how strong you are through your arms there. Beautiful. Let's send a right foot back. Touch it down, roll that right hip down, lengthen long through the crown of the head. Beautiful. Let's lift that foot up, engage through the core. Still keeping that length through the crown of the head. And let's do 3 taps towards your right elbow. So journeying that knee. If it doesn't come to touch, that's fine. You can do wrist. You can bring it up a little higher for elbow. You can try for shoulder if you want. And send it nice and long. And let's do 3 taps towards the left wrist or elbow. So feel that journey across the body. And send the leg nice and long. Beautiful. Last one. Bringing that knee in. And send it nice and long. Beautiful. Let's drop that knee down. And take a little sway. So good. Find your stillness. Left toes go back. Touch them down. Roll left hip down. Still pressing into those hands, still lengthening through the crown of the head. Take that exhale, engage the core, lift the left foot. So nice and strong. 3 taps towards left wrist or elbow or shoulder, or one of each. Sending that foot long, bringing it in. Send it long. And 3 taps towards right wrist or elbow. This journey across the body is a little harder, and that knee might be in the way. Beautiful. Send it nice and long. And drop that knee down. Take a nice little swing from side to side. Beautiful. Find your stillness. Bring the knees nice and wide. Let's push back. And take a quick little child's pose or puppy pose. And reach those hands forward. Drop the head down. Lengthen. Let it feel good. Maybe you remember that intention you set at the beginning of class. Beautiful. Excellent. I love these little child's poses to recenter and refocus, to reconnect in with the body, especially before we get moving again. So take your time, take your breath. Let's press into those hands and start to make our way into our downward dog. So I'm tucking those toes under, pressing firm into the fingers, not just the palms of the hands. Lift the hips nice and high, pedal out the feet. You can bend the knees. I like the child's pose as well because it sets the arms in the back. See all that length that's created? And then you straighten the legs to work through there. So if you're just hunching up and rounding through the spine, downward dog is really meant to be a spinal stretch. Lengthening in the spine is the most important. That's why it doesn't matter if your knees are bent, if your heels touch, who cares? You'll take a nice little flow. Rolling into your plank. You can drop those knees down to keep this nice and gentle. And with control, let's lower down. Letting the elbows graze the ribs. Take that nice exhale breath. Come all the way down. Keep those elbows tucked in. Press into those hands. Take a nice little baby cobra. Press into the pelvis. Maybe you want to come up a little higher. I'll do this nice and slow. Beautiful. Let's lower down. Tuck those toes under. And the most gentle is just to push back into that tabletop position. And then from here, coming into your downward dog. So that is one way to flow it out. And I'll show you another way here. We'll do a second one. We can amp it up a little bit if you want a little more. Roll into your plank position. Nice and strong through the arms. You can still drop the knees if you want. You can do the chaturanga, which is a fun little one of lowering down but not all the way. So you're letting your elbows bend and your shoulders become in line with the elbows. And then from there you do the little yogi push-up into your back bend. So it naturally goes into a deeper back bend. Your full cobra or up dog where you press into the feet. Lift the legs. Lots of length to the crown of the head. And then from here you roll right over the toes and push right into a downward dog. So that's that more traditional vinyasa. You can also do like three-legged flows and whatnot, but that's not my gentle-ish class. That's a full class. So let's look towards the front of the mat. Hop, step, jumper, tiptoe. Into a nice forward fold. Let the head hang heavy. Maybe you give that head a little shake. No. Make sure you have really wild hair for when we come up. It's the most satisfying part. Excellent. Nice big inhale. Let's come up halfway. And press the hands into the legs. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Sweep those arms up. Beautiful little chair pose. Roll those shoulders back and down. Reach those arms up nice and high. Sink a little deeper. Pull that belly button in, activate that low back. Press up to standing or reach it up. Hands to heart. Beautiful. Feeling so good. Nice strong mountain pose. Become aware of the feet. The sun is coming out. Yay! I hope the sun's coming out where you are too. Little rays of sunshine make me so happy. Excellent. Little dog hair in my mouth. We'll work with it. All right. Let's step our right toes back to start with. Let's start with a warrior one. Heel plants down. So Square those hips towards the front. Bend through that left knee. So if you prefer a high lunge here, you're more than welcome to. You're just rolling up onto those toes, opposed to having the foot planted down. But if you want to play with that warrior one, bending through the knee, find that beautiful stretch through the quad on that right side. And keep rolling left hip back, pushing right hip forward, pressing into the feet here to be so strong. And then sweep those arms up. Big inhale. Pull those low ribs in. Nice and strong on that exhale. Beautiful. So delightful. Excellent. Let's keep reaching up. Let's sink a little deeper. And then let's straighten that front leg. Release the hands behind the back. Interlacing them, lift the heart. I'm starting off with a little pyramid pose, but we'll keep it nice and gentle. It's just our first one. So leading with the heart, imagine a beam of light shooting out of the heart center. And as that's what you lead with. As you just bow forward, keep pressing into the legs. Keep rolling that left hip back. And keep that left knee nice and active. Lengthen through. I like the hands behind your back because it forces you to do this with a nice flat back. Beautiful. Just keeping it nice and gentle. If you want a little more for the shoulders, you can lift the hands up off the back. Excellent. Nice hamstring stretch on that left side. Let's bend through the knee. Press into the foot, sweep yourself up. Reach those arms up. Sink into that front leg, pressing into that back foot, nice and strong. Excellent. From here, let's start to transition more of the weight into that left foot. So maybe you start to bow forward, reaching those hands forward, pressing into those back toes. See how my heel's coming up, and see if with a nice little hop, you can just hop up into your warrior three. Arms can be wherever they need to balance. Back behind you. Flying like an airplane. Roll that right hip down. Arms can go in front of you. You don't want to punch the plants though. Beautiful. Feel that left foot pressing into the mat, stabilizing. Excellent. All right, let's land this. Let's land this in a warrior two. So, back foot touches down. Maybe toes spin towards the long edge of the mat. Bend comes to that front knee. And adjust the feet as you need to. Get really solid here. Take time to work on this transition. Excellent. Reach the arms out. So good. Gaze can go forward towards the left. Pull those low ribs in. Nice and strong through that core. Excellent. Remembering to breathe. Take that breath. So good. Let's bring elbow down towards knee. Reach that hand up overhead. Beautiful extended side angle. Whew, that looks pretty. Left hand reaching forward. It always just hangs out here, but I want to roll that shoulder open. So I'm moving my left fingers, pointing the same direction as my toes. Excellent. Let's press into that leg. Come on back up, warrior two. Let's flip things the other way. Keep that left knee bent. Right hand reaches up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Quick little break here. Come back to warrior two. Let's straighten through that front leg. And adjust the feet as you need to. You might need to heel toe that back foot in. You can bring your hands onto your hips. And kick that hip out towards the right. Reach that left hand forward. Keep reaching forward. Letting that be what lowers the torso down. And towards the leg is that reaching forward. You can drop that hand down, placing it on the right leg. Spin right shoulder open. Hand can hang out on the hip. If you want a little more, hand can come up. If you want a little more, hand can go overhead. Pressing into those feet so strong through the legs. So much space between, I don't know what I was going to say. I got distracted. Excellent. And can come back up. Hand on the hip. Open up that shoulder. Bend through the knee. Press into the feet. Lift that hand up.
Reach it out. Glorious warrior two. That was delightful. Hands to heart. Let's step towards the top of the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Reach up nice and tall. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips into a nice little chair pose. Reach up nice and tall. Pull that belly button in. Strong low back. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's add a little twist towards the right. Maybe just peekaboo. Towards the right. Press into those hands. Keep rolling. Right shoulder back. You know what? You can hook the elbow on the knee. Press into the hands to find more of that openness. So keep the knees in line. So keep rolling that left hip back. Beautiful. Let's untwist and bow down into our forward fold. You can straighten through the legs or enjoy the bend of the knees. Excellent. Oh, sweet. I got the hair. Excellent. So good. Let's inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let it go. Option here, if you don't want to flow it out, you don't have to. I want to take a little flow. So I'm going to inhale, halfway lift, nice and tall through the spine. Exhale, bending the knees so I can plant my hands, stepping it back, pushing into downward dog. Other option is child pose, or holding your downward dog. If you still want to work on that strength. And we can take a little flow should you want it. So you go strong, you can go easy here. Whatever you feel you need. Beautiful. Let it feel good. Savor the back bend. So my favorite part of this. Curl those toes. Push it back. Nice and strong. Downward dog. Keep pressing into those hands. Excellent. If you're in child's pose, let's meet back. Downward dog. Maybe you're pedaling it out. Pressing into those fingertips, nice and strong, feeling all of that length. Look towards the front of the mat. Hop, step, jump, or tiptoe. Into that forward fold. So if you just held the forward fold, that's awesome. Wheel that back up with you. Feels good. Excellent. Let's inhale, halfway lift. Roll those shoulders back and down. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Sweep those arms up. Nice and tall. You can do box arms if you need a little break, or hands at heart center. Pull that belly button in. Sink a little lower. So strong through the legs. Press all the way up. Reach it up. Hands to heart. Excellent. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. This time, stepping left toes back. Coming into that warrior one, or that high lunge. I'm working with my warrior one stance though. Hands on the hips for that awareness. So if the chest is pointing towards the left corner of the mat, let's press into the feet. Roll right hip back. Align the shoulders to the front of the mat. Bend through that front leg. Press lots into that left foot. Feel that strength. Beautiful. Let's sweep those arms up. Big giant inhale. Sink a little deeper. Pull those low ribs in. Feel that strength. Maybe you interlace the hands to reach up a little more. If you want more strength, keeping the hands released uses more muscle. Beautiful. Let's exhale. Drop the hands behind the back. Maybe you interlace the opposite way. And press into that right leg, straightening the leg. You can bring that back for a little bit closer. Keep rolling right hip back. Lift the heart. Imagine that beam of light. Exhale. Bow it down. Coming into your pyramid pose. All of that is right hamstring stretch. Keep rolling right hip back. Keep pressing into the feet. So strong. I find pressing into my right heel, even lifting my toes up off the ground, helps my alignment a little bit. So you can try to play around with that. Beautiful. Let it feel good. Nice big stretch. All right, let's bend through that right knee. Press into that leg. Sweep those arms up.
Excellent, warrior one. All right, let's transition this into our warrior three. So pressing into those back toes, start to shift the weight forward. And maybe with a nice big hop, you float that left leg up, bow it down to your warrior three. Playing around with the arms, roll that left hip down. Beautiful. Maybe you change your arm position. Ooh, yeah. My right side is my wobbly side. Beautiful. And keep holding here. Maybe that back foot comes up a little more. Ooh. Maybe use a table or a block to help balance. That's allowed. That's not cheating. You do what you need to. Excellent. All right, let's land this in our warrior two. So starting to float the body up, touching that foot down, adjusting into the legs, letting it feel good. Find that position. Bring the hands down onto the hips, aligning the hips under the shoulders, bending into that right knee. Reach those arms out, nice and strong and beautiful. Gaze goes to the right, looking forward. Take a nice big inhale and lengthen. Exhale, pull those low ribs in nice and strong through the core. Pull those inner thighs in. Feel all that strength through the legs. Exhale, let's drop elbow down towards knee. Reach that hand up overhead. Maybe you want to reach right fingers forward. Just play around with different shoulder positions. Opening up a little bit more. Excellent. So strong. So beautiful. Let's press into those legs, into those feet. Sweep the arms up. Beautiful, warrior two. One more little second here. Let's flip right hand up. Reach up nice and tall. Keep a bend to that right knee. Coming into your reverse warrior. Feet are still nice and strong here. Core is still nice and engaged. And let's come on back up. Warrior two. Straighten through that front leg. Oh, it feels so good. There's your little break. I'm going to heel toe my back foot in a little closer. Bringing hands on the hips. Rolling shoulders back and open. Reach right hand forward. And reach forward. Be that what lowers your torso down towards the leg. And feeling that nice hamstring stretch. Really reaching. And then you can drop the hand onto the leg. Left hand can hang out on the hip. You can reach up nice and tall. You can go overhead. Feeling all that openness through the side body. Big inhale. Nice exhale. Beautiful. So good. Bring that hand back up. Hand on the hip. Find that openness. One more nice second in this beautiful hamstring stretch. Bend the right knee. Sweep it back up. Beautiful warrior two. And let's step towards the top of the mat. Excellent. Inhale, reach it up. Nice and tall. Take a little back bend if you want it. Exhale, hands to heart. Reach it up. Find all of that length that you can. Pull those low ribs in. Bend the knees, sink the hips, pull that belly button in. Coming into your chair pose. Boss arms available, hands at heart available. Holding here, nice and strong. Let's bring the hands down to heart center and twist towards the left. Looking that way. Rolling left shoulder open, reaching it up. Maybe you hook the elbow on either of the knees. Try to keep the knees in line though. Rolling that right hip back. Excellent. So good. Keep holding. Maybe sink a little lower. Excellent. Untwist. And simply fold forward, dropping the head down. Reaching down. Maybe you straighten the legs, maybe you don't. Embrace what feels good. So nice. Let the head hang heavy. Excellent. Let's inhale, halfway lift.
You're gonna go down, take a flow. Roll those shoulders back and down. Bend the knees, plant the hands. Take that big step back into your downward dog. Beautiful, so good. Find all of that length. Let's take our flow. Lowering down, pressing up. Nice and strong. Back into downward dog. Beautiful. So good. Let it feel nice. Stretch it out. How do the legs feel? How do the hands feel? Beautiful. Let's drop the knees down and make our way into a seated position with the legs extended long. Coming right into your nice little half butterfly. Right leg extended. Left foot coming in. And feel those sits bones. Roll those shoulders back and down. So good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, line the shoulders with that right leg. Pressing into the feet. And reach it forward. Either reaching onto the leg. Wherever you want. Maybe reach for the toes. I like my right hand reaching for the toes, left hand reaching across the leg, and that helps me keep my shoulders in line with the foot. So you can do that really at any point. Let it feel good on that low back. This is a nice hinge at the hips, a little more hamstring stretch. Nice little forward fold, so good. Maybe you drop that head all the way down. Forward folds are interesting. I feel like everyone has a different natural range of motion. So if these are really easy for you, maybe you want to get your head on a block. You can adjust that block into the high, the medium, and the low setting. So whatever works best. Sometimes that feedback on the forehead feels really good. All right, let's start to come on back up. Nice and slowly bring those shoulders back over the hips. Feeling those legs are getting down. Shoulders pointing forward. Beautiful. Let's bring those arms out wide like a T. Reach it out. Let's touch a right hand down. Left hand goes up. Switch it over to the other side. Just kind of teeter-tottering back and forth here. Excellent. Pressing it in. Just a gentle little side bend stretch. Trying to work with the balancing of the arms and the shoulders. Excellent. Next time that left hand presses in, you have the option pressing into that hand, coming up onto the knee. Reach it up. Imagine that beam of light coming through. You can take a couple little sweeps of the arm and the other way. And let's lower back down. Sitting back, hands to heart, sitting nice and tall, and let's switch to the opposite side. So left leg extends nice and long, right foot tucks in, feeling into those sits bones. Maybe you wobble around a little bit, find what works, activating into that left leg. Inhale, sweep those arms up, reach up nice and tall. Exhale, align the shoulders with the foot. Pressing into that right knee and lower it down, coming into your forward fold. You don't have to start at your max. You are welcome to start a little bit more gentle and let the body naturally open up. It takes time to create that depth. So if you did this yesterday or the day before and you were able to really reach past your toes or farther than you're currently reaching, that's okay. Give your body some time to get there. Or maybe it doesn't want to get there today. Starting to be okay with that. Oh, so good. This is what my body needed right here. Gentle release on the back, the side muscles. Beautiful hamstring stretch. Wonderful class online with friends. This is great. So, so good. Holding here for another breath or two. You can play around with maybe bringing that block, propping up the head.
If you're far away from using the block, you can use 2 blocks. You can put the blocks on your arm. You can Jenga it up however you want. Excellent. All right. Very slowly, let's start to come out of this. Lifting back up. Shoulders over the hips. Reach those arms out. Let's get ready to teeter-totter. I forget which side I started with last time, so we'll just drop it down to one side. Nice little touch. Reach it up. And opposite side. Beautiful. Just a more gentle version of the side bend, so my arms aren't totally up overhead. Back and forth just a few times. Let it feel good. And next time you come down to the right side, option to press into that hand, floating up onto that knee. Reach up nice and tall. I'm going to take 2 circles on one side, 2 the other way. Lifting the heart and lowering back down. Excellent. Bring the hands to heart. Roll those shoulders back and down. And let's release the legs. You're welcome to give them a little shake if that feels good. And then make your way onto your back, rolling down. Excellent. Knees can be extended long, or legs long. Feet planted. Roll those shoulders back and down. Slight tuck of the chin. Feel all of that length through the spine. Big, giant inhale. Really fill the lungs, fill the abdomen. Breathing in nice and big. And exhale. Nice, slow release. Oh, that feels great. Let's bring the arms out long to the side. Quick little twist here just to reset the spine and help finish it up. So just same one we did at the beginning of class. Knees over the hips, drop them down towards the left or the right, whatever you'd like to start with. Hand can come on top of the legs. Gaze can go towards the opposite direction. Feel that nice rotation all the way through the spine. Beautiful. So good. Let's release. Head comes back to neutral. Legs swing all the way up and over towards the right or the opposite side. Beautiful. Hand can come on top. Gaze can go opposite direction if it didn't naturally do so. Excellent. Let's release. Head goes back up. Knees swing up. I'm going to take a quick little waterfall, extending my heels towards the ceiling, feeling all of that openness through the hamstrings, letting it feel really good. All that length through the spine. Bend the knees, hug the knees in towards the chest. Maybe you reach through the knees for the feet, finishing off in that delightful little happy baby. Feet go up towards the ceiling, knees draw inwards towards the body. Play it around here if you want. You reset the spine by pulling into the feet, kicking into the hands. Head maybe floats up and off as you extend it long. Head, let it go, release. Freestyle portion of the class happens this moment right now. So if there's another pose or movement you need before settling into Shavasana, here is your time to explore it. It could be a standing pose. It could be one of these lying down poses. Whatever you think, it could be an unofficial pose. Whatever you think of, let your creativity wander. Let it feel good. Excellent. And as you're ready, and when you're ready, you can settle into that Shavasana, that final pose, where you can draw the focus inward and scan through the body, noticing how you're feeling, trying to create some softness, some gentleness, some compassion all throughout the body. Connecting in with that breath. Let the breath be the anchor. Take a nice giant inhale. And exhale. Let it feel oh so good. I do encourage you to take as much time as you need in your Shavasana. And I will leave you here for you to guide yourself in your own little meditative state. Maybe you observe your thoughts. Maybe you try not to interact with your thoughts. Maybe you focus on that intention, that word or phrase you said at the beginning of class. Whatever it is, I hope you enjoyed this class, enjoyed this time together. I very much love doing these, so thank you for giving me a reason to do it, encouraging me to do it. It's so nice to not do it alone, so I very much appreciate that. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the rest of your day is filled with little moments of joy sprinkled throughout in abundance, and I pray that you are always blessed. So thank you, and namaste. We will see you next time. Beautiful. Have a great weekend.